What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning back into the Biz with D right here, right now on My Fierce Wings Radio. We got Latavia. You guys might know her formerly of Destiny's Child, but right now she's on her solo thing on R&B Divas. New mother. She's got a book coming out as well. What's going on, Latavia?
Hey, David. How are you?
I'm doing well.
I'm wonderful, thank you.
No problem. Thanks for coming on the show. It's definitely an honor.
Oh, thank you for having me.
No doubt. So I know that you're recently became a mother in August. To a beautiful baby girl. How has things been, that whole experience for you so far?
The whole experience with me being a new mother is wonderful. My daughter is the most precious thing in my life right now. Life has changed because, being a mother, my daughter was 2 months old when we started filming the show, so trying to deal with the complications of the schedule and being up all night with my daughter, it took some getting used to, but, everything is a blessing, and I just thank God for the whole opportunity for everything.
Absolutely. And how much did you say, it took a toll on you to, getting settled, as a mother and then, film it at the same time? Because that's not easy. I was wondering how you did it, because I was like, she's pregnant, she's about to have a baby, and she's about to start filming. I'm like, oh, my gosh, incredible.
Well, you know what? Prior to me having my daughter, the interest for me doing R&B Divas had already came, and it came back on to my desk after I had my daughter. So I really feel like it was a blessing in itself for me to be able to have the experience and the opportunity to do that. And, I love filming reality TV, even though it was challenging hours, but, it was a brave new experience for me, and it was a fun ride. I hadn't been in front of a camera as much as so long, but, I learned a lot from all of the divas. And I have to say that filming with women who understand the music business and they've experienced things that we've done, it made it a lot more special. And it showed that, African women, we could get along and we could support each other. So it made it a little easier for me to be able to go through this experience because of that.
Absolutely. And how important would you say it is to, be in a situation with women that understand, the industry as a woman, and just understand that, hey, this is how it should be. It's not about, being ratchet and turning up. Let's be for real.
Yeah, it's not. You know what? The simple fact that all of us are mothers, and, we've all been in the music industry. It's 6 women. We have 6 different careers, histories, brands, and opinions, which is great. But, at the same time, I'm going to tell you, it can make for some good TV. And, everything has, everything, there's always a little drama here and there, but we definitely show that we can definitely iron out our issues and, speak and be respectable women.
Definitely. And how would you say, your relationship, in fact, let me not ask that too quickly. Let me ask you, what made you decide to do this show? Better yet, before because sometimes I like to play hopscotch and jump around.
Hey, it's all good. You know what? It just, at the point in time when I got the opportunity, like I said earlier, I previously had had an opportunity, and it had already been, something that was kind of in the air for me to be on there, but I was pregnant at the time, and I just did not know. But the simple fact that it did come back across our desk, after I gave birth to my daughter, it made it I was like, okay, this must be God. Let's go ahead and let's do it.
Right. I know that's right. And you, when you have that feeling that it is God, and you got to be like, you know what, He's telling me to go in this direction, you've got to do it. And I feel like people ultimately sometimes make the wrong decision to go the other way. And I'll be ready to slap them to sleep and be like, come on, why didn't you go that direction? You got a voice of an angel. Why didn't you just take it? Why you want to cook? Why you want to do somebody's makeup? Why you want to sell chocolate? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh. I mean, I don't mean to shame anybody, because I feel like I just did, but it's like, do what God is calling you to do.
Right, and but God calls us sometimes in our lives to do things that are different than what we think. Or maybe right now at that time it wasn't your time to do what you thought you should have done. So taking a different path leads you back to something, or it might lead you in a different direction that you never knew, that you even had a passion for. And then, hey, God didn't say that we only had to do one thing. There are a lot of us, we can do several things in our careers.
That's true. Now, how would you say your relationship is with the ladies in the show? Just overall.
I have good relationships. I have good, respectable relationships with all of the ladies. Mila and I met everyone before. And Mila and I have been friends for umpteen years. And getting to know the other ladies, it was a different experience in each relationship that I had with each one of the ladies, which you all will be able to see when you tune in next Wednesday,
right.
April 23rd on TV One.
Exactly. That's the day of my birthday celebration. Hopefully you'll be able to call.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Just to drop in.
We have to make a note of that.
Definitely.
Yeah, we have to make a note of that.
For sure. And I'm really excited to see this season because, you got yourself and Mila, who's also a great friend to the show. I mean, Selena is as well, and Kiki. It's just great to see that you're back out because, after you guys were replaced in Destiny's Child, people got a lot of things misconstrued from that situation. And you guys you and Latoya did a group, and then, you guys just like, you know what? This ain't it. So it's really great to see you come back out because you got that tone, and I feel like people have been sleeping on that period, and always, and I love Beyonce. Like, yes, indeed,
of course.
But
of course.
I don't think people have noticed like that you actually were singing on them records, though.
Oh yeah, definitely. We all sang on the records. Definitely that.
So, for sure. And now I know that you're coming out with a book. This kind of explains, the struggles and everything that you've had going in your life. Is that true, or what's going on with that project?
Yeah, and you know what? I am coming out with a book, and we don't like to call it a tell-all. It'd be seeming so scandalous when you call something a tell-all. But it's my memoir, and I like to call it my love letter. It's really a jaw dropper, and I know people have been waiting, but once I found out that I was pregnant, there was definitely a whole new chapter or 2 or 3 that needed to be added. But overall, there are lots of very serious life events in my book. I really wanted to be transparent with it, and I feel like I wanted some of the things that I've gone through in my life as a whole that God brought me out of. I wanted to not keep them to myself. I realized that everything I went through was never really fully about me. It was about my testimony that God was creating for me to help someone else one day.
Absolutely. And I've got to even ask you with that, like future author, because I'm writing a autobiography myself, the first 21 years of my life. So that actually stops being the cutoff is April 27th when I turn 21. And I want to ask you, like, do you ever feel like with writing it through the whole process, like, I'm not going to say this, I'm not going to name drop, even though it's not a tell-all book, like, how do you put yourself, like, hold back, from saying certain things or naming certain people? Because myself, I'm like, artist 1, I'm going to name this person, I hope they don't get mad, and they don't think this is a publicity stunt.
Right. And at the end of the day, my book is about me. It's about my story. It's not about talking about anything else. There are certain events and certain things that have happened in my life. And what people need to realize is that I'm talking about my life, but what my main focus is why I said I wanted to be transparent, is to tell the good, the bad, and the ugly about things that have happened in my life so everybody can hear from the horse's mouth. So the rumors float around. And, I'm not a person that's ashamed of anything that I've gone through. The pruning that I've gone through is something that I needed to go through, and I'm not ashamed of anything in my past.
I know that's right, because, in order to have gone through the struggle in your life to get to the bigger thing, you've had to have that. So I hear you.
Absolutely.
I hear you on that. I'm looking forward to reading your book because I know I have, like, other questions that, I'd rather read the book.
Good. Yay.
Because me, myself, I don't like getting too deep into things that are going to be obviously in a book, because it's like, why do that when the person's about to say it right there? More so after the fact when it comes out, I have you come back and we be like, ooh, so chapter 1 right there where you talked about this and how does that really make you feel? You know,
right.
that's the kind of person I am. I don't like digging dirty beforehand because people can't respect you doing that.
Yes, I like that.
I've just learned, and I listen to so many other people's interviews, getting off sidetrack, but I listen to a lot of other people's interview, and they always are like trying to dive in deep, or they don't know where they fit in right to ask that. You know, they should know.
Okay.
They should definitely know. So with the book and with the show, I know that you're working on new music, right?
I'm definitely I know that in life that it leads back to one thing, you know, and that's music. I can't escape it. I haven't ruled it out. I just need that whenever I come out with some music, I need it to be right. I haven't been, you know, out there in over 13 years. So me coming back and like this season on the show, people will also get to see that, like, you know, I'm a different kind of diva.
Right.
I'm in a different space from most of the other ladies. They have like record deal aspirations and things like that. Well, I'm sort of, you know, I've discovered that I might like being a diva behind the scenes more so, as opposed to being out front and then like writing and music publishing more. So I'm kind of like a little rebel in the sense that I'm the one that's trying to decide whether or not I want to get back into music. It's not my first or front thing, because you know the music industry. It was my journey in the music industry has been really, really crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so I had to take a raw look at my journey and where I've been in music and really try to decide whether or not I want to get back into this crazy music industry. But, you know, there are other things that I'm trying to do. I'm definitely more so into my acting. So that's been something that's been great. I love acting. I'm very passionate. I've had some scripts come across my desk. I've done a couple plays, and it's just been good. I really, really, really enjoy the challenge of trying to, you know, be a character.
Right. I hear you on that. And, like, what kind of roles do you, like, say for yourself, like, this is a good role for me in this season?
Anything. I want to play a real scandalous, devious maid type role, something real dramatic, you know, something like that. Come on, Kerry Washington scandal, all them kind. I love that kind of stuff. Something dramatic and just juicy.
I know that's right, because it seems like that would really go with, like, your personality, because it's like you have, like, a very bubbly personality and very, like, on it and stuff like that. So I feel like just from us having this conversation, I feel like that would go perfectly with you, too.
Indeed.
Now, would you want to do, like, Broadway, per se? Because I think that'd be good for you to do, like, Broadway.
You know what? I mean, I'm open to so much. And if the part is right and it's something that I'm interested in, I'm willing to try anything. I don't mean anything, you know what I mean?
Right. Try things in reasonable standards.
Yes.
Amen. Because you just can't do anything, especially with, you know, situations that you've dealt with before in the industry. I mean, just like across the border, and you have to do something that is going to reflect you in a good light, not like, oh, damn, is this really how she really is?
Mhm.
I know that's right. And you have a publishing company, right? Is that correct that I'm hearing?
Yes, it's for my personal writing.
Okay. So for your songwriting, or like for your book?
For my songwriting.
Okay. And have you got in any placements with that where you as far as like just writing songs?
Right now, like I said, I'm just now getting back in to the industry. So, you know, we're working our way back into everything. Like I said, I have a lot of other things going on right now too. So it's everything, we're just taking everything in stride right now. Grinding.
I hear you on that. what like inspires you most to like, write? Like what takes you there for like that best, that best record?
Life,
Mm.
current situations, other people's situations. You know, it anything can. I mean, I can see a commercial that can inspire something.
Whoa. That's a new one. I didn't know about that one, a commercial. I've had a friend tell me that they've watched like the game shows and they'll pick like song titles from that somehow. I don't know.
Oh wow.
But that's dope though. Commercials, you get your song titles from like the game shows, stuff like that.
It's different, different things for different people.
Right.
Pick up certain things.
That's the way to be creative though. Definitely the way to be creative. And let me ask you just to wrap this up, what is one thing, that we can expect from the show without giving too much? Because I don't want you to give me too much. I want to, be ready like I am.
But I mean, I kind of mentioned it a little earlier, just that, I'm a different type of diva on this show. I'm not exactly what people are going to expect. I'm kind of going against the grain on some things. So, like I said, with 6 different ladies, different personalities and opinions, it makes for some damn good TV.
And do you feel like that that you got that you got enough time as far as like your individual filming is concerned?
On the show?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that everything is going to be good, once they go through all the footage and everything. I'm just as interested to see how things are going to turn out as you guys are.
Definitely. I mean, I definitely am because you've been away from like the spotlight of the industry for a long time. So I'm really, more curious to dive in deep with the show and just be able to see it and, actually put our conversation with it. And then, I mean, I'm just overall excited that you're back. You're ready to, really get the ground running again because I've been thinking about you throughout the years. I'm like, what is Latavia doing now? Like, Latoya's came back, and then, like, we ain't never seen where Farrah went, but she wasn't a part of your lineup. So it's just like, it's good that you're back and you're like, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to do something. It may not be the album full-fledged yet or music just yet, but I'm going to do something.
Absolutely. You hit that one right on the head.
So I want to say thank you so much, Latavia, for coming on the show. We definitely appreciate it.
Thank you very much. I really enjoyed talking with you.
Anytime. What's your sign, by the way?
I'm a Scorpio.
Okay. I generally have a good connection with Scorpios, so I had to ask you.
Yes, I'm a Scorpio.
I'm a Taurus, so I had to, just had to ask. I'm big on astrology too. I'm like, what sign are you?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's a Taurus too.
So, yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Latavia. Tell everybody where they can find you as far as like your social media is concerned, and where they can just keep up to date with you.
Okay. Social media, Twitter and Instagram is at I am Latavia. And Facebook is /official Latavia. And for any bookings or anything, they can hit me up at Latavia Robeson at booking at LataviaRobeson.com. Hey, everybody, what's up? This is your girl, Latavia Robeson, and you are tuned into The Biz with D.